Hey guys, and welcome back to Trekyards. Captain Foley.
I'm Quantum Cookings.
He is. It's true. It's a true story. And today we're going to be looking at an interesting retake or reimagining of one of the ships from Discovery. And it should be said that this guy does fantastic work. You can check him out on DeviantArt. His name's going to appear on the screen right now because I can't really pronounce it. Theonius Dykman, I think that's how you say it. Also known as the Hand of Manos. So yeah, check him out on DeviantArt to check out his other great stuff. But we want to take a look at it because he's got some interesting takes.
And this is our first episode on his beautiful concepts because I want to pitch you, Stuart.
Yes.
We know the Discovery era is a little bit of an anomaly. It was designed to look not necessarily in its own era, more advanced, irrelevant to what came before and after a little bit. But what if you designed the Walker class, aka the USS Shenzhou, to actually look like it was from the TOS timeline, or slightly pre-TOS? You know, the dream of the show, to look era appropriate. Well, this chap did a wonderful thing of doing that, and we have two great views as comparisons today. So the top view, this is his interpretation of a TOS Shenzhou Walker class. What do you think, TOS purist man?
It feels TOS, except really got to change the nacelles to cylindrical nacelles. Lose that redesign of the nacelle. I see what he did at the back. He put a little ball there, much like on the original design. Yeah. But other than that, seriously, it needs cylindrical nacelles. And also, he missed a big point that the Shenzhou has this beautiful large deflector or sensor array on the front with the dual prong. He's shrunk it down and kind of taken away the gloriness of it. There are smaller ones there which are in set, which again line up with the Shenzhou's kind of sensor palettes at the front there, which I love. But TOS is about that large sensor dish. He's kind of shrunk it down and made it feel more Enterprise era, and it looks great. Don't get me wrong, his idea looks great. But you've got that classic dish sitting right there. You just need to upscale it and make it look more TOS, and you've got a winner there. But I do like the incorporation of the smaller ones. Again, it feels like a tie into the Dreadnought, the Federation class, with the smaller ones on the front as well. So that's actually really cool. He did a fantastic job with it. Don't get me wrong. That's something I would probably change if I took a stab at it.
This is Trekyards after all. We are here to look and think about the ships. Yeah, it's a weird one. The Shenzhou obviously feels very sleek, very advanced, very post-TNG, but with its retro dish, but still energized. Like it's a really cool. It's probably the best design Discovery, maybe one of the best. And interestingly enough, I think this TOS equivalent, which he's now got as the USS Redstone, Long March class, a special mission and signals intercept cruiser. Cool. As you can see, he's got a little scale chart, far better scaled. Actually feels appropriate, which is, massively important. It actually feels for me too bulky. Like the TOS Connie has a certain elegance to it that this one is lacking. And there's probably a limitation in the time spent in drawing it. But for example, the saucer rim feels really bulky and it feels very simplistic, but not in like a TOS smooth way, because it is all curves. Even the edge isn't just a hard edge. Same with the nacelles. They're two, obviously the refit nacelles are meant to be these big rectangle vibes. It is the difference in vibe. TOS is very organic and circular. It seems you almost missed a beat just curving out those angles. So it was still this long, more rectangle shape, but all of the outer angles are smooth, and so it's just this sort of stretched feel, which you could give reasons for. Having them be squared off and as very hard angles, again, gives it a sort of bulk that I think certainly the Shenzhou feels sleeker, but it's an anomaly in of itself. But this one doesn't quite connect to me. And I thought, I noticed these designs a while ago. I haven't analysed them yet because I was waiting for the show, so I didn't even think I thought that until right now. But I like it, although I wish he'd put the registry on the top, the bridge on the he very much just TOSified the design rather than redesigned it to fit in TOS.
Yeah,
I think that's an important distinction.
Plus, the Shenzhou has the phaser turrets at the front there, as you can see, like little That would have been cool to incorporate in this one as well, to be an older design than TOS. Easily done. Even just putting ball turrets, visible ball turrets in there, would have worked. But you're right. The fin section at the back is one thing that really drew my eye right away. He's got these thick things, and the Shenzhou's got the very nice, fine, slim little fins like we see on the Excelsior.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's kind of a missed opportunity, and the fact the registry's only on one side, not the other. They should be on both if it's done that way.
I noticed that.
To be fair, but he did, unless the windows above that sensor at the front or the deflector are the bridge. I think he still maintained the bridge on the bottom because it's not. You could easily nestle a bridge on the top of this thing just to.
Well, Stuart, let me put your hours of questioning at bay. We've got a bottom view. There's two perspectives, so I Q snapped to a bottom view, and this one I think is where it shines a lot more. How it actually looks nicer than Shenzhou for the most part. What do you think?
Those nacelles have to go. I mean, I can understand there being an experimental new nacelle type, but I think
why is everything experimental new nacelle type? Just use...
Right. I just think the cylindrical nacelles will look better. Other than that, it's got like a lower planetary sensor dome, and there are windows in front of that, but I don't know if that would be the bridge, because it's totally redesigned from what we see in the Shenzhou. So, I mean, the bridge could be in the middle of the saucer on this one, fair to say. He also incorporated some like shuttle bay doors on the middle section at the back, which, I mean, work really well. The pinstriping, that's a good place to put it. So yeah, it is a good reimagining of the Shenzhou look into a TOS vibe. And here the lower the smaller sensor dish and stuff on the front looks really good.
Yeah, it's obviously quite a small ship. You know, there's two visible window scales. I guess one's like an NX1 porthole, one's a more classical. So you can see the rim windows. I really love how he's integrated, though, the bottom, I guess, a big, thick pontoon in the middle. I mean, how do I explain it? You know, the Shenzhou is all steps. It doesn't quite... Like, it works in its own aesthetic where everything's hard-edged, but it doesn't work... This, I think, works a lot better, and having the bottom, the pylons are actually connected to the bottom piece. It's all one big element. Works a ton times better than the Shenzhou, which has it's like a hole there, and what is that bit? Who knows? Why is it there? You know, there isn't any thought there per se. It would have been easy for a roll bar, a torpedo launcher there. So I really appreciate the shuttle bay, and if it's got a shuttle bay at the aft as well, then it becomes a through deck, which we've talked about multiple times, and works. Because, often you're, above a planet and you just launch shuttles that could just, depart and go in, and that kind of suits the design quite well. So I think this bottom view is really, really good. I think it works better. Although I'm confused that he's added these random secondary basards on the side of the basards.
I noticed that just as I finished talking about the bottom part, and I was hoping you'd cover them. That's what I mean. It's almost like he thinks there's not enough bizarre surface area, so he's added these. Make them cylinders. There's already a TOS aesthetic set up for that. Just do that. Even if you make it cylindrical, a cylinder one, like the same size as it's supposed to be, and then plate it so it's kind of squared off a little bit, that would work too. I mean, it needs bulkier engines on this design for the TOSifying of it, in my opinion.
We also have, though, a fun little scale chart, which he did based on his entire aesthetic. And there's other ships that we're teasing other ships you can see, and it's just fun to see his Ultimate Discovery there at the top, the second to right next to this Shenzhou. You can see actually a new version of Eric Henry's Pacific 201, and also you can see the Connie right there. So you can see how much smaller it is to the Long March class. And the nacelles, although in this version, all the Discovery ships have that sort of nacelle, so it fits in with that aesthetic. But it does kind of stand out, though. It still feels too squared off compared to the Connie. It kind of feels like it needs a top bridge dome. Feels like it's missing that instantly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's some interesting designs there for sure. Not sure I'm a fan of all of them, gotta say. But it'd definitely be worth talking about.
Yeah, give me a sense of scale there. Opens up the TOS fleet,
Yes, and that's something we've always said, like, from the get-go. We need to see more than Constitution-class ships in TOS. So I love talking about new expanded fleets for those. So
it's just a real fine balance between, oh yeah, that works, to,
yeah.
But hey, this is our opinion. What do you guys think? I just want to bring this to you because there's so many fans out there that have taken upon themselves to look at this unique era of Discovery. Clearly designed to be more modern, clearly designed to be futuristic, clearly designed to be post-TNG, roughly. And how do you incorporate it into the pre-TOS and post-NX-01 era? I really want to cover more of these ships of fans, using what's there and making something a bit more Trek appropriate out of it, and just the creative freedom, because he didn't just take the design, he do things with it. I love that sort of, this could go here instead. Let's make this. I love that sort of process, and just well done to him, and go check out his DeviantArt. Like Stuart said, it is the DeviantArt of Hand of Manos. Lots of great ships, and like I said, there's more ships we can look at. So that's pretty much done from me. Good ship, good design. Look forward to more. And Stuart, how can people support the channel, except obviously for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, joining our super chats, being part of the fan base, buying things? What other ways, now that I've removed most of them from your ability to talk about?
Check out the description down below. There are a lot of cool ways. You can head over to Eagle Moss, grab yourself some cool Eagle Moss ships. Use the discount code Trekyards. That saves you money. It helps out the channel as well, and it gets you some cool stuff. So that's cool. Also, there's a Teespring store there. Lots of great Trekyards merchandise. If you're a fan of Trekyards, you can pick up some of our great stuff. And there's always going to be new stuff added to that store. So by all means, check it out on a regular basis. And of course, Patreon. If you want to help us out on a monthly basis, one of the best ways to do so is Patreon. For less than a cup of coffee a day, if you put in $2 a month, $5 a month, you don't even notice that missing, and it really helps out the channel. Every little bit helps. So if you can do so, please do that. Also, we have the PayPal link down below if you want to send us PayPal. That also helps. Or you can check out our lives. We do lives every week. You get to be part of the community, hang out with us, chat with us. And if you want to super chat, that's another way to help out the channel. So there's lots of ways to help out the channel and interact with us as well. So please, by all means, check out all the descriptions down below. And until next time, I'm Captain Foley.
I am Commander Cockles.
We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.